What is going on? I'm zmoT. Today is March, not even March. It's February. Let's just get that out of the way. Today is February the 6th. Now, why I was thinking about March is I want to make a guess and say that the boombeach Warships update will be here on March 26th. Now, I have no information to back that up. That is not a sneak peek. That is just me making an absolute and utter guess. A couple people have mentioned it, but I figured I'd put it out there on the internet, on the YouTubes, just so that you guys were aware that that is a date that might be important. On March 26th in 2014, Boom Beach was worldwide released. So I think it would be absolutely perfect and awesome and epic if Warships were to be released exactly, 5 years later? I mean, the longevity of a game to still be going 5 years later and to release essentially version 2 of that game 5 years later would be pretty awesome. And I kind of assume that when they said early 2019, that's the date they were building towards. I mean, it's just too perfect. Maybe not, but that's just me trying to read between the lines. March 26th, 2019. Mark it on your calendars. Worst case, we get party hats on our bases and stuff. I don't know if you guys remember that or not, but we get party hats when it's Boom Beach's birthday, I believe. Obviously, it's been about a year, so my memory isn't what it should be, but March 26th, hopefully, maybe, would be awesome. I'm not going to go and put some ridiculous update thumbnail or something like that, because I've been seeing that a couple times lately, and it really does annoy me because it tricks people to watch a video that maybe they don't give a crap about or shouldn't give a crap about. So we're just going to leave it, and if you happen to hear this, great, and if it happens to be March 26th, that is even better. But anyways, just a date that might be worth checking out, as we're about to lose these zookas right here because we have no GBE left. Have been watching my son. He is he HQ? He's got Dr.T Tropical, and man, the kid just does not get it. He walks his troops directly into flamethrowers, directly into sniper towers, trying to get him to learn how to flank bases, and it's a painful, slow process. Let's just... Anyways, sorry, it's a painful process, and he's 7 years old, so it makes sense that he's making mistakes, but just trying to get him to understand that every time he fails, he has no troops left. So it's sort of important to plan, and I can't stress that enough. For your operation attacks, for your day-to-day attacks, it's pretty important just to spend a second and think about what troops would probably be the best. And he doesn't really get it. He uses heavies against boom cannons. Not terribly smart. He uses the typical mistakes. But in his defense, he is 7 years old. And he's been playing for about a month. So big mistakes. And hopefully you guys aren't seeing people make the same mistakes that a 7-year-old's making in your task forces. And because if you are, obviously, we have a spot for you. Come on over, and we'll make a nice home for you. We'll get crystals on stage 3 of Dr. Terror. And sorry about that. We had to restart the recording because I had an issue. I forgot to turn on Do Not Disturb. As you saw in the last stage, I got in a comment mid-attack. I don't know why I have rifles and zookas loaded. Rifles and zookas are great when you're trying to face off against a boom cannon, for example, but when you're trying to walk along a beach and trying to get to a kill zone, not super great. They have different ranges, they have different speeds, so trying to use these troops is not really a great idea, but we should hopefully be able to take this down using some shocks and things, medkits. Don't really know what that hack's going to do for us. I keep having Everspark loaded, and the reason for that is I'm in a task force as an HQ-18 doing Forlorn Hope, and Forlorn Hope as an HQ-18, you can't really take down like Chimera, or you're not going to solo Machina, or, I mean, I've had a couple solos, but they take big boosts. So for day-to-day hits, I tend to have Everspark loaded. Get in, hack some stuff, try to loosen up the kill zone, make things a little bit easier for people in my task force. Have we been raided? Nope, not yet. That's why we still have just over 10 million gold for those of you keeping track at home. Let's get into stage 5. I've got to go help with dinner, so we're going to get into this very, very quickly. All of the events drop here at a weird time. They drop at 6 o'clock, which my kids get home from school at 5 p.m. here, and that tends to mean that I am right in the middle, right in the thick of stuff when the events drop. So we're going to try and rush through this. I do have an operation attack that I want to show you. It's a good one. It's a really interesting one, and I'm going to try to walk you through a couple details of it as well, because the details of this attack are very, very important, and if you screw it up, it can totally ruin your task force's operation. So just for a hint, it's going to be winged, and I wish I had my magic marker so I could draw on the screen, but I completely forgot to set that up, and I'm not going to subject you to waiting for me to get it going, because it takes more setup than I would like to admit. We're going to walk over this way. We're going to use one smoke, I think is the plan. Dropping the zookas just outside the smoke, hoping to survive that machine gun and that rocket launcher. And then we're going to walk all the way up to there. I don't really have a plan at this point per se. Just essentially hoping to get some zookas into the kill zone as we try to clear mines at the same time. Not how you... I threw a barrage on top of my troops instead of a smoke. That has been happening to me quite a bit lately. I've been throwing flares instead of shocks, barrage instead of smokes, just not having a good day this last little bit. But I think maybe, just maybe, we can get this down if our shocks... Nope, I missed the shock, and I did not see that rocket launcher there. So big, huge, fat fail on stage 6. Oh, that was bad. That was really, really bad, but it's better than the cable disconnecting and or coughing into the microphone. So we got that going for us. Let's actually scout. We're going to barrage some things over here, come at it from the other side. That left side still does look good, but I think we can get all of our troops into right about there using 2 smokes, and I really like anytime you can drop your troops with less than 3 smokes on the right hand side. Hopefully we can walk right up to there. Zooka's going around. Good. That gap smoke was intentional, even though it didn't look like it. And then hopefully we can get right into the kill zone there. All of our troops, we should have 3 easy shocks, I think. I don't even know what we're going to be shocking, but we should have enough shocks to get by. We're going to shock the flamethrower, the machine gun, and this back here, and then medkits right on top. Medkits for rocket launchers. Don't really need to worry about rocket launchers all that much, as you can see here. Medkits are wonderful, wonderful things, and as long as you can keep it to 2 rocket launchers or less, you can usually, even without troop health, just blast away. Second crystal. We've got a total of 2 extra crystals so far. It's a good day. Isn't that a song? Anyways, let's keep going. Lots and lots of mines. We're going to come to the right-hand side of the core. Maybe, hopefully, barrage something and get a little bit extra GBE would also be nice. Now, one thing to be aware of on this stage is that there is no anchor. Nothing is going to hold our troops in place, which is going to be super, super awkward. So I'm going to drop my troops like so. Now, as you can see here, bad things are about to happen. Not a great drop, but we saved a smoke, which in the grand scheme of things is probably a bad choice, but maybe, just maybe, we can pull it off. I think we only lost a couple zookas, so saving that smoke might have been the right call. I really can't say for right now. We're going to get 1 shock there, 1 shock there, 1 shock there, and maybe, just maybe, take this down with an ugly drop, and... Look at that, stage 7, down. We do not have the GBE tribe, we do not have the heavy speed tribe. I think we've got like gold and something, or maybe we do have the heavy speed. Anyways, if you do have the heavy speed tribe, I would highly recommend not boosting it if you use heavy zooka. Look at that, 2 crystals again. Now, the reason for that, come on, let's go. The reason for that is that with the heavy speed tribe, if you're using heavy zooka at all, heavies are already faster than zookas, so they're just going to run away and you're going to have problems with your smoke timing. So do not boost that unless you really, really want to use all heavies. Anyways, I'm going to switch accounts. We'll be back in just a moment with our daily duplexity. Okay, we're back. I want to show you this hit by Mr. Yo on winged. Now, there's a lot of stuff at play, so I'm going to pause it a whole bunch of times. Please, if you have any questions about this hit, please do let me know. Now, you'll notice all of these shields are up. Anyone who touches these shields in our task force gets kicked out. It's that simple. These shields need to be here. In Duplexity, if you have 2 cores up, 1 core, 2 core, every single building is worth 6 GBE. I don't know if that's a bug or a feature, but so we've got right here, we've got 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48. Yeah, I can count by 6s. Yay, me. We've got 48 free GBE sitting there. So he's got to get to this core, and the beauty of this is Brick is actually already with the zookas. If you're doing this without this core here, you have to slow Brick down, or they have to catch up, or you have to use an extra flare. It's ugly. So ideally, you want the person who takes down the first core to take down the second core, or take down at least most of it. Now this core is sitting here. I don't even know where the statues are on this base right here. So this core back there is sitting at about 1 million health. So we need to do about 10 million health to the front, then do 1 million to the back. Now, if you ever attacked Manticore, it's basically the same attack on winged. A little bit lucky here because there's no CMOs in the kill zone, so Brick should be able to stay alive. Normally there's a CMO. Now, I'm going to guess we actually removed the CMOs. The CMOs, those blank spots right there with the red or the gold and black around it, and right there with the gold and black around it, are typically CMOs, and you can get rid of those using Grenadiers. Anyways, not relevant for right now, but anyone who goes after these shield gens, do not do it. Those just make the double core hit that much more possible and makes it that much easier for the first person who hits the cores to get the whole enchilada. So right now, what's going to happen is the first core is going to pop, those shields, boom, instantly he has 48 extra GBE. Huge, huge, huge. Now, obviously, the timing on this is critical. As soon as that shield goes down, he's going to flare backwards just to get the troops grouped. Grappler pops in, not a big deal. And then right to the tip of that yellow and black. If both CMOs are there, you need to go further to the right and further forwards. But because this CMO is there, he shifts his flare ever so slightly to the left just to keep Brick to the left-hand side. Brick will then walk to this machine gun, which keeps her alive. Triple smoke at the front. No downside to using extra smoke here. Lets his troops get nice and wide. Then we're going to slow it down to half times mode. I really wish there's a scrobbler here so you could scroll back or forwards. Look at this. Critter on the right, critter on the left, shock on the right, shock on the left, shock on the laser, and now just throwing one more shock, and critters. Critters, critters, critters. Rocket launchers are going to be blasting those critters, so he's just popping critters out front, just like on Manticore, keeping those zookas alive. A little bit unlucky there. Brick got pulled away, which took battle orders away. Just popping critters and critters and critters. The shocks are important, obviously keeping the machine guns down. You need the shock on the microwaver to keep the critters alive. But then it's just critters and critters and critters. Let's show it to you in 1x mode, just so you get an idea of what we're talking about. Let's go winged. Now, Triangle 9 just had a whole bunch of new members join in. I think we had somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 14 members from Small 9 join, which is fantastic. We are super stoked. We've got intel overflowing like crazy, and very, very good things on the Duplexity front. So if you're looking to do Duplexity, please do come join us. We have a couple spots open, and it's great fun and lots of learning. We've already got players from Small 9 who have already pulled off some great hits. So it's discouraging at times. Let's slow this down to 1x mode, and I will shut my yap so you can see exactly the details. zmoT here, grappler here. Let's go. If you have any questions about this core hit, or if you do this core hit any differently, please do hit me up in the comments. I like to do more of a reverse triangle smoke. He likes to do 3 wide. All depends on your preferences. The zmoT is far away from brick, which is perfect. Flaring the core a little bit earlier than I like to. He gets his wider than I do. Again, all personal preference. Shocks and lots of critters. And doing 1,000,000 damage with brick and battle orders. Anytime someone takes down both cores, you have to clap for them. I mean, it's so good with a double core hit. And that is how we take down winged. I will show you maybe some setup attacks next time instead of core takedowns. But overall, that's the Daily Duplexity for today, February the 6th. A little bit of some speculation when it comes to the release date of Warships. And otherwise, I'm zmoT. That's it for me. Thanks for coming in. Peace.